Well, health to me, like I'm quite physically, health-wise, physically I'm quite well. But to me, the big health issue is mental health. And it's like I have a lot of mental health issues myself. And health is, like, to me, I find it's my surroundings. Like, my surroundings, depending on what surrounding I'm in, affects what mental health I'm in, you know. Especially when I'm with new people, making friends, then I'm real happy. But when I'm on my own a lot, then I can get quite depressed. And I think the people you surround yourself with is very important when it comes to your health, mentally. And, well, I suppose physically as well, because, like, if they notice there's something wrong with you, then they can guide you and help you. And, well, I think a big part of being healthy is having the right people around you. My object's a lamp I made myself. It's made out of used bike parts, and the base is a back sprocket. Then there's a wheel hub connecting it to the shade, which is made out of, well, spokes and gear wire, which has been wrapped around it. I made it an upcycle thing that I do through H3. And yeah, I made it myself. I mean, honestly, when I first made it, like when I was making it, I felt quite proud because I never really done anything like that before, you know. I made a couple of things, belts and things like that, but it was the first time I ever made something like that. And quite honestly, well, I've been looking forward to it going in my own place when I get one, because it's like something like, yeah, not only will it make the place look nicer, but it will, well, it's something that I've achieved. You know, despite my situation and everything, it's what I've gone out of my way to make myself, and makes me feel quite proud of myself that I can still do things like that, you know, even when things are difficult. Like, to be honest, I've always been into my bikes. Like, ever since I was 8 years old and first learned to ride a bike, it's like I've always loved them. I'll take them apart, put them back together, make my own bikes. I used to actually make my own custom BMXs and sell them. So, yeah, I've always had that sort of interest in bikes. But then I've always found, well, you get a bit bored eventually, you know. But when you can take something you love, do something different with it, it just keeps it interesting, you know. And keeps you thinking, hang on, I don't want to do this anymore, but I can still do this, and it's still related to that same subject. So, yeah, so it's quite refreshing to have something new. I think my lamp, being in the Museum of Homelessness, can show how you can distract yourself, you know, how you can keep yourself occupied, so you're not just going around and round in your head about everything that's going on. Because I think that's one of the biggest problems, like when people are left with nothing to do, and, well, it just drives them crazy, because all they do is thinking about everything that's going wrong, because they don't think they've got nothing right to focus on, you know? And that's why I think my lamp can help do that. Because I think that's the biggest problem. When you're homeless, you're focusing on the negative and it feels like nothing's going right. But you've got to make yourself feel that things are going right. The system is going to take time. It does. It's a massive problem. Homelessness is at its worst, but, well, how you deal with it is how it's going to affect you, you know? If you keep yourself occupied, get involved in things, then, well, it'll help you, because, you know, well, you're busy all the time. You're not sat around all the time dwelling on everything. Whereas if you're not getting involved in stuff, then, you know, you're left dwelling on everything. And that can drive a person more insane than anything else.